What's going on, everyone? Austin John Plays here, and today we're going to be talking about how to safely transfer your system data and play your Switch and Switch 2. Did a poll with you guys, and 60% of 28,000 votes specifically wanted to know how to safely transfer system data, so we're going over how to safely transfer system data. First things first, there are two separate ways to do it. There's the way through the default, setting up your Switch for the first time to transfer over your system data, or you can do it at any time by doing individual profile transfers. If you do the fresh start transfer, that's going to be all of your profiles that you may want to move at one time, and generally I would recommend that. In fact, if you don't have any profiles on here that you want to keep, it's the easiest way to go about it. So go to System, all the way at the bottom, that's Data Clear Options, and down here you're going to be finding Restore Factory Settings. Let's go ahead and activate that. Now I'm just doing that to get back to the first boot screen, the first time that you go ahead and set up the console, so that's what it's going to be like for you out of the box. Setup screen music is just so relaxing. I'm going to be going to start system transfer. If you have an SD card, put it in now. You can put it in later, that's fine. Sign into your Nintendo account. Sign in with QR code. Go ahead and scan that from your phone. It's a lot easier because all of your passkeys and everything are saved into your phone, so you just log in nice and quick on here. From here, you're going to be receiving confirmation code. Go ahead and enter that bad boy. Austin John, that's a me. On your transferee system, I think that's what we're going to be calling it. Before you go ahead with this step, you should update your Nintendo Switch 1. In fact, you should update both devices before going ahead with the step if possible. Scroll all the way down to the bottom for system and all the way down to transfer system to Nintendo Switch 2. This is a slightly different process than if you were to transfer to a Switch 1. So we're gonna go ahead, do next. You get a disclaimer telling you about compatibility, that not all games are perfectly backwards compatible as of yet. This is letting you know that all of the users and their save data is gonna be transferred between the two systems. If you're in a situation that, say for example, you're in a family and you're going to be giving this Nintendo Switch 1 to a kid, a sibling, or a partner, whoever, then you don't want to do this. This is only if you want to transfer all of the users to the new system. So say for example, your second profile has their own Pokemon data. You don't want to do this if you want their data to stay on the device. Instead, you should create a temporary user on the Switch 2, and then you're going to be doing a different setup, which is just a profile transfer. Me, however, I am going to be transferring all of the users between my two systems. Save data for the following software will be transferred to the Switch 2 console and removed from this one. Wow, I actually have a little bit more save data than I thought. Oh, back when I wanted to download a bunch of demos for videos. Oh, and the ARMS Global Test Punch. I'm so happy that save data is going to be transferred. Connecting the two systems. Now these need to be physically close to one another in order for them to transfer over as efficiently as possible. Sending data, calculating time left. Oh, music stopped. We're just getting these little ping pongs. Sounds like Jerry listening to human music. So I'm looking at about 8 minutes, let's say 10 minutes in total, since we're already like 15% done. I'm gonna go get a coffee and brush my teeth because I am sleep deprived. All of my friends who didn't really try that hard to get a Switch 2 all got a Switch 2 last night. Some of them just walked into Walmart at 6 a.m. and they had them in stock. So if it's still, oh, thank you so much for the coffee. I needed that. Toothpaste flavored. So if you're trying to get one, there's a chance you could just walk into a big box store and find one. Plus, Target just opened up and they may have a whole bunch in stock. The screen's dimmed after 5 minutes and the Joy-Con's disconnected. I wasn't expecting that, but yeah, it's still going. If you don't have your Switch 2 yet and you're preparing your console for it, You could definitely go into data management and delete save data of things that you're never, ever, ever, ever going to use again, like the ARMS global test punch demo, things like that. And that could expedite this process a little bit. Update all of your software that you do want to transfer over, and all of the software that you're not going to need on the new console, go ahead and delete those as well. Stepped out of the room, and it turns out that once it's done, it goes back to the nice lo-fi. Next screenshots and videos will be imported to the SD card being used. I don't have an SD card yet, so we could just go ahead and stop the file import. You could always just do this on a computer. Data can also be imported from a micro SD card later on after the first time setup process is complete. Go to Home, select System, Data Management, manage this on a Nintendo Switch micro SD card. Oh, well that's cool. System transfer is complete. The theme color of the source system will be carried over. I like that it was a nice little gradient. Yeah, we get the red screen. There we go. And you see that it's already going ahead and downloading all of the new versions of software that is going to be exclusive on Switch 2, as a lot of them do require their own separate updates and separate versions of software. So that's just going to go ahead and download all. If there's one in particular game that you want to play, like say for example, you want to play Tears of the Kingdom, click on it and then you can see download options, and you can prioritize this download the software first. And you're going to see how Shield stopped updating and now this one is updating. If you couldn't tell, this system transfer process is inherently different than if it were to be done on a Switch 1 to another Switch 1. Mostly because on here, we still have all of our old profiles and software. And I'm going to go ahead and launch my Pokemon Shield on my Switch 1. And you're going to see right from the start, it's asking me to choose my language. That's because the system data is transferred off of this Pokemon Shield. So all of your not cloud data backed up saves for games like Pokemon series and Animal Crossing and things that don't support cloud backups, all of those have already safely transferred over. This also means that you could still use your Switch 1 to play all of your classic consoles on here, but you also have all of those options on here as well. In fact, I should probably go to the Nintendo Switch Online, choose my profile, Nintendo Classics, and download the GameCube title. I did pre-order the GameCube controller and they already did send it out, so excited for that. And if you already transferred over your pictures and videos, or if you don't care about your screenshots on your SD card, you're more than welcome to now erase your data on your Switch 1 by going to System Settings, going all the way down to the bottom, System, and at the very bottom option, Formatting Options. This is where you're going to be able to scroll all the way down and restore factory settings. That's going to erase your users, erase your system data, erase every single thing on this console. And you're going to be able to then take it and, sell it or gift it to someone else, whatever you want to do with it. And none of your personal information is going to be stored on it. That's how to safely transfer between the old system and the new system, or to use them in tandem. Do keep in mind that with Game Share, there are a lot of titles for the Switch 1 that can be on the Switch 2 shared to a Switch 1, so that both of them can be playing the game. There is some limited functionality. For example, Mario Party Jamboree only allows one stage for Game Share, I believe. So you may find some limitations there. But I hope you found this information helpful. If you did, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button down below. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications. Until next time, Austin John out.
Man, they see me shining like I got the charm. Stay strapped, got that jet ball in my palm. Felt from the sky, guess I'm the chosen one. And if you need to know how, check out Austin John. Champion flow, yeah, I got that champion flow.